Camp time, baby. Let's get it.
Great, man. Definitely trying to be great.
Let's get it.
Devin Hester not going to the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. So the time has come. The time has come. The time has come. Now listen, training camp is here. Now we got some positions that require a lot of attention solely because the competition will just be ridiculous for some playing time in these positions that we're about to talk about. Now, we're going to start with the middle linebacker position. Now, the middle linebacker position is, in my opinion, up for grabs. Now, Zach Brown was brought in, and Zach Brown was the guy that I wanted, and I said we was going to go get him. He was out there just floating around. Zach Brown is a guy that I thought would just be ultimately the projected, starter for that position. Zach Brown, he can tackle. Zach Brown's fast, but Zach Brown lacks competency in passing situations, which is why last year with the Washington Redskins, Zach Brown was on the sideline for a lot of snaps when it came to third down passing situations. Now, who knows where the only person that I can say for sure is going to be starting in the linebacker position is Nigel Bradham. I feel like everybody else has something to prove. I feel like Bruce J. Hill has gotten better. I feel like he's earned and he deserves some playing time. I feel like TJ Edwards could be a diamond in the rough right there. We're going to find out. We're going to get a look at a lot of these rookies in the upcoming preseason weeks. We're going to get a look at a lot of these guys with how they prepare and stuff like that. Well, we're not going to get a look to it. We're not going to get a look at it, but I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why that is after we go over this. Now, the safety position. I think there's a lot of depth at safety. At times, we had to put Avonte Maddox out there because we were so thin. Malcolm Jenkins, obviously, is going to be a starter. Roddy McLeod, if he's 100%, should be our starter. But you bring in Blake Countess. You brought in a couple, Andrew Sendejo. You brought in a lot of depth back there at the safety position. Some hard-hitting guys, some young guys, some youth. I think it's some playing time up for grabs there as well. I mean, 53-man roster cuts are going to be extremely difficult for the Philadelphia Eagles, man. When it's time to get down to 53-man rosters, it's going to be horrible because we're going to be really letting go of some quality guys. I think playing time is up for grabs also on the defensive line. The defensive tackle position and short, I think we got the best defensive tackle group in the division easily. I think we got a top 3 defensive tackle group in the NFC. Well, in the NFL, we got a top 3 defensive tackle group. I'm talking about you're looking at Fletcher Cox, you're looking at Tim Jernigan, you're looking at Malik Jackson. Who else? You're looking at Hassan Ridgeway, who could be a diamond in the rough right there too, who could be a guy that's definitely jockeying for some playing time, man. I mean, it's people who got to put their best foot forward. You know what I'm saying? The offensive line, we can see the offensive line shuffle quite a bit. I mean, a lot of people are talking about our left guard position. Now, what if in the perfect world, Andre Dillard develops into that left guard we need, who can play left tackle and left guard? If he develops like that, then I think you got the solid best offensive line in the National Football League. So the pressure is there on some of these young guys. I would like to see what Andre Dillard will bring to the table in preseason. I would like to see. Now, I'm not really looking forward to seeing too much of Miles Sanders because he's already having hamstring issues. Now, on to why I think that a lot of the Eagles' practices will be kept private. We're just going to do one for the public. I think Doug Pederson is a very smart coach. We talked about this in my last live stream that just uploaded probably not even 30 minutes ago. Doug Pederson is not going to let people know our formations. He's not going to let people know where we're lining up people. He's not going to let people know where we plan on attacking a lot of defenses this upcoming season. Now, When it was time for the team to do the walkthrough for the Super Bowl, Doug Pederson didn't do the walkthrough for the plays we were going to play in fear that the New England Patriots would plant somebody there and have our game plan, which a lot of conspiracy theorists think that happened to us in the first time we met them in the Super Bowl with Donovan McNabb and T.O. They think they had the upper hand because they were able to see what was going on. Now, it's nothing for somebody to come to an Eagles training camp. If all I looked at the training camp schedules for all 32 teams in the league. I think we're the only team that don't have a time, a date, what's happening, a walkthrough. You know, some things say it's a walkthrough, then it's training, then it's that rest day. We don't have no schedule. Nobody knows but our team what's happening in training camp. And I think that's beautiful. That's how you keep the distractions out of the way. Now, the media is going to be, you know, trying to get their way in there so they can get some looks at what's going on, just like they would do with any other franchise. But at the end of the day, I think the decision to make things a secret is the best way to move forward when you got a team that's looking to get close, looking to build something, and looking to trust one another so we can get this Lombardi situation under control for the second time in our franchise history. Well, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, this is how I feel. I feel like that it's nothing for somebody to go into a practice and wear an Eagles t-shirt, but be a spy, but be a double agent for somebody else. Listen, this is how they're lining up. This is why they're doing this. This is why I'm disappointed in myself that I didn't put 2 and 2 together earlier on that. I'm like, why is it only one public practice? Things got to be kept a secret. We got so many new weapons. We don't want people to know. We don't want people to know things like, all right, Jordan Howard will be in on these plays when formations look like this, so 9 times out of 10, it's a pass. Jordan Howard is in there to be an extra blocker to pick up a blitz. We don't want people to know us that well. We don't trust nobody. You know, it's kind of like when the offensive coordinators call plays and they cover their mouth with the play card. You got to take steps to protect your team. Whether nobody's out here scheming or not, it's happened. People have deflated balls. People have did spy gates. Well, not people, just one franchise. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we're protecting ourselves. Now, other key positions that I think that are going to have a lot of competition. I don't really see a lot of competition for the second quarterback, for the number 2 quarterback on the roster. I think that's Nate Sudfeld's position to lose, actually. The wide receivers, you'll see competition there, too, because I think Arcega-Whiteside is really going to make a case for himself in this training camp that he deserves more time. And listen, you got to remember what happened with Jordan Matthews. When Jordan Matthews was traded, I think it was after one of the preseason games, I think we saw an emergence in Nelson Aguilar in training camp. Everybody was saying Nelson Aguilar is looking really deadly in the slot. If you can remember back to training camp 2017, when I first started my YouTube channel, when I first started making Eagles videos, they were saying how dangerous Nelson Aguilar was looking in the slot. Once they said Nelson Aguilar was looking dangerous, he could be our slot guy, and Alshon Jeffrey could be our outside receiver. Jordan Matthews was out of there. So now if J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, who was under a rookie deal, is looking dangerous, you probably could expect Nelson Aguilar to be moved and be a legitimate number one or legitimate number 2 receiver for somebody's franchise. Nelson Aguilar could run. Nelson Aguilar has trade value. He has upside, so it wouldn't surprise me. And I think we're really deep at wide receiver right now, especially if Mac Hollins can return back healthy. There's always going to be competition at cornerback, because we just got the sad news that, you know, our boy Ronald Darby is going to be starting training camp on the PUP list. Doesn't matter, because like I said, we have thoroughbreds. We have guys that are back there who have played in playoff games. I just feel really good and really optimistic about training camp. I know it's underway, and I understand that, you know, the main goal for training camp is to come out healthy, but I believe we will come out a better and closer football club by keeping training camp under hush and out of the eyes of the media, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like, man. I appreciate all you guys, man. We're getting closer and closer to reaching our goals to, you know, to being one of the top dogs on YouTube in terms of talking Philadelphia Eagles sports, man. I got so many surprises and so many things coming up for you guys, man. It's unbelievable, man. We're going to make this football season one to remember. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles.